What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is Retro Bit Panda here again with another pickups video. It's been my first pickups video in about 6 or 7 months. Had some personal issues going on, and then on top of that, we had to move and just some other stuff going on. So it's been kind of, I really haven't had any time to make a pickups video. But now that I got enough, pickups that I want to show, I'm not gonna show just like this Nickel Fritz title that I picked up. I decided to make this video and just get back into making videos again. I know I have a couple subscribers that enjoy watching these kinds of videos, and I just want to contribute. So I'm just gonna go through. I have like a bunch of different little stacks. I have like stuff that I picked up from game stores, from a music shop out of all places, Craigslist, flea market, church sale, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna jump right into it, guys. The first pickup was actually the very first game I picked up after my last video. So that last video, I went to the flea market the following weekend, and I picked this game up for $5. It was on a table with a bunch of cords and toys and just a bunch of random stuff. I picked this up. I asked the lady how much she wanted. She said $5. I couldn't, and I think she wasn't really the one pricing things. I'm not sure exactly, but I took out a $5 bill and gave it to her right away and ran away. And it's a copy of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and it's the holographic version. And then off this guy that I usually make trades with, he doesn't really always have, kind of stuff like quality stuff, but whenever he does, I usually take some extra Pokemon games or an extra Game Boy that I have, and he'll usually trade for it. I got the following games. The first being Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, Gradius 3, Pinball, and Donkey Kong 3. So I picked those up off of that guy, and then this right here. So those are some of the. That's basically all I've gone recently at the flea market, just to show you guys how in 6 months how many pickups I got at the flea market recently. Up next is a nice little Genesis lot that I picked up at a church sale. We were about like an hour late into this church sale. My girlfriend and I were actually going out getting barbecue stuff to make a barbecue later that day for some friends. And we decided to stop by, and my girlfriend actually spotted this. She spotted this. She kind of waved me over and went and asked the guy how much he wanted. I think it was a Genesis lot with the system, some controllers, all the hookups, some loose games, and then the 3 games that I kept from the lot. The first being Mortal Kombat 3, Streets of Rage 2, not for resale edition, I guess, and the one that I really liked. That's not rare, anything like that, but I didn't have the case for it or the manual. And that's a copy of Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. And label's really. Oh, you know what? I actually had this cart from a game store that I bought it off a game store a long time ago, and I ended up swapping it out with the one that came with it. Sorry. So those are from a church sale. That was pretty sweet, and it kind of set the mood for the rest of the day. We had a nice barbecue and everything like that. Up next are some garage sale items, which is funny because we were having a garage sale at the same time, and I seen the Craigslist ad that listed Game Boy games, so I ran over and looked around, found the Game Boys. They were actually just Game Boys. There wasn't really any games, and the first Game Boy that I picked up was a really nice condition Indigo Game Boy Advance. Oh, this thing's sliding off my lap. Sorry. As like I said, really clean condition. There's no batteries in it, but it does work. And then I'm not sure. This might be a shell replacement. I'm really not sure because it's really clean. Like it's like an immaculate shape. It's this pearl, or I guess pearl white Game Boy Advance SP. I'm pretty sure this is a shell. And this came with the charger, and on top of the charger it came with this cool little carrying case. I ended up paying 15 bucks for the two of them. I didn't want to pay that much, but with this other little girl, and the little girl was saying 15, and she was super excited because I was the first customer of the day, so I didn't want to kind of barter, or not barter, negotiate with the 6-year-old. So I just picked it up for 15. Now we got a pawn shop find. It's not that great of a find. I think I paid like 2 or 3 bucks for it, and it's a black box game that I needed, and it's volleyball. And then we have some games that I picked up from a game store. I took in a couple commons that I had to trade in, and ended up getting these 3 games. The first being it's really cool label art, Orb 3D, and that's my watch going off in the background. Pretty cool label. Then we have Yoshi. And finally, the game that I was most happy with from that pickup was Donkey Kong Jr. So now I think I just need... I'm not sure. I think I might have all the Donkey Kongs on the N60, on this NES, sorry. So pick those up. And then I got this other stack of NES games from a record shop. That's a local record shop. Somebody had just traded in these games. They were probably put out within the hour that I got there. Among these, there were some Legend of Zelda games, and usually the Legend of Zelda games and the Marios were super overpriced, but I got these for a decent deal. I want to say maybe like 10 bucks, 12 bucks for all of them. The first being Ice Climber, and these are all black box games, which is super dope. Then we have Popeye. And my favorite from the lots, which is a game I've been looking for quite a while, it is Mario Bros. So I was super stoked to pick those up. It was just really random. We went to the movies. Actually went to go see the Force Awakens that day. So it was pretty sweet to find that deal before we went to go see the movie. And then up next we have some cool stuff that my girlfriend's picked up for me recently. Got some GameCube games. Actually, yeah, she got these for me. The first one is Tetris Worlds, Sonic Mega Collection, Resident Evil 4, which is a double, and my favorites, The Simpsons Road Rage. And then she also got these cool little things at Goodwill. The first being a Mattel Electronics handheld baseball, which is pretty sweet. And the sealed, because we actually went to Reno a while back, and we wanted to learn how to play. I don't know how to play Texas Holdem, so she ended up buying me this. It's a sealed copy of Texas Holdem Poker DS. So before the next time we go to Reno, we're gonna pop that open and learn the game. And finally, probably the best pickup that I've gotten in the past 6 months. This guy on Craigslist had a Sega Genesis lot for sale, and I'm sorry guys, I have one more pickup to show you besides this one. And it's another pickup that my girlfriend picked up for me. It's at this thrift store where everything is 50% off what the label says. And the cards aren't in the greatest condition, but I needed some of these. Like the first one being Arcade's Greatest Hits. And she didn't pay, was that $6.99, so that's what, $3.50? She ended up getting like a bundle deal for this. Up next is World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Then we have Mortal Kombat 2. And another copy of Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. Okay, so back to the other Genesis game that I got. Like I said, this guy, he had a an ad on Craigslist. He had a couple different video games, but there was one that caught my eye. So I asked him if he would trade, and he said he would trade. And I asked him what he was looking for specifically, and he said some specific N64 titles. And I did have those titles. I didn't know if I wanted to give them up, but I got asked on Instagram, some of my followers, if it was a good deal, and they said they thought it was a good deal. So, I trusted their opinion, and I went for it. We met up on the Saturday in somewhere local, and I couldn't believe how amazing shape this game is in, and I gave him the games happily. Took the game home. First thing I did was pop it into the Genesis and play it, and that's a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist. And it came with the manual. The manual is not in the best of shape, but that doesn't really matter to me. And right here's the carts. It doesn't look like it's really been played that much. Like on the back, there's not really any of the little marks that the console would give the carts. And then the board is super clean as well. So I was super stoked to make that trade. I asked the guy if he had any other gems like this, and he said he didn't. He had sold most of it off already. So I was happy with that, and now I have both Turtles in Time and the Hyperstone Heist. So that's basically it. I'm trying to look around at all my games to see if I have anything else to show, which I don't think I do. That's about it, guys. Like I said, I'm not sure I told you guys, but this is my new bookshelf that I'm using for some